What keeps me up at night? Oh my God. I would say, I mean, it's pretty morbid, but I'm like someone who I think really wrestles with questions around mortality and like sort of purpose and like why do we exist and like what do we do what we do. And so, I'd say like on most nights I sleep well, but the nights where I don't sleep well, it's usually sort of thinking about those things. So I'm not sure if that's like a fun answer, but it's definitely the true answer. So.
Well, I can relate to some degree. I often have these flashes right as the airplane's taking off, or right when I'm going into surgery and being put under. I'm like, what if I'm that 1 in a million person who dies right now on the operating table? I'm like, oh well. But yeah. So I do have flash moments of death and mortality. But yeah.
But I have a question, Alan. Has that gotten any worse because of COVID and the pandemic, or has that been an existential question that's been a part of your thinking for a while?
I think that during COVID, I think I've become more aware of the sort of shortness of time that we have, right? And so I think I've become more appreciative. I think mortality and sort of seeing so much discussions around it, obviously with, a pandemic and a health crisis. I think my sort of current relationship with mortality is, I think it's making me much more appreciative of the here and now. I feel like I'd want it to make me even more appreciative. Like, I think with everybody, there's sort of a, if we were living our most self-actualized lives, we would be every moment being very present and sort of being, in gratitude for the experiences, the friends, the things we're experiencing. I don't think I'm like fully there yet, but I think I've sort of progressed a little further along. I also turned 30. And so, now I'm like, okay, like I'm officially not like young anymore. Now I'm just young. And so I think that's also, made me sort of reflect a little bit.